would be the length of the world record for this snake. Over 30 feet long. And as long as they are, guys, they're only the longest. Good job. Thank you. Good job. You like that? Good job, guys. Very nice. You just want to touch it.
بصي
All right,
كأني
good job,
بصي
buddy.
اوكي ثانك
You're
يو
welcome.
لا مرحبا جوارو هبلتما شيرين دلول ومبخرة ساقنتيما ومبخرة ساقنتي عائلة نوري رسومي طبعا بديما هرو از خوسا التليفون بحاليا تسجيل لك لانه من مقدمة ناكشون بدي هرو ما تشي شنو مكتبه على اساس كان كتب هنا ورن وداري وكيف معرض دار هبي وانا فيديو ساكن ورا هو لازم تشي وانا فيديو ساكن وانا خرج ساكن بجوز بوريك غابوش بلا انه ما خبي تلفون تصوير ناكري تلفوني ده وكيل وانا قصير معوفكن بس فيديو برخوشة وانا ساكن طبعا وكيل بي باريجيو بارو لايك اشتراك كبير مكان وهارم فيديو ساكن مرة تعليقاتي وزكن فيديو تشونوي لو كوجي اغربو ما روبن.
They don't actually, I'm just kidding, they don't have any venom at all because they're pythons. How do pythons catch their food? They wrap around and do what?
Okay.
They wrap around and squeeze. So right now, Reed and Hazel have these powerful pythons around their neck. Should we be worried about that? With black spots all over. So you will never find a mini-me of a rat snake that looks exactly like the adults. They start out wearing a pattern, and they only turn black usually around 2 or 3 years old. Very cute snake. What does that little guy have to do to go from the size of a worm to the size of LeBron James? Church retreat just last month with our youth group. And we found a really nice big 6-footer that was handled by, I think, about 50 teenagers that weekend. It's a very fun rat snake. But if you find a rat snake, is that a good snake to have around? So I'm guessing you have seen a snake maybe like every year in your life. Is that about right? So Harper knows a lot about snakes. And what do you know about hognose snakes? Do you know what they do if they get scared? Oh, that's the first thing they can do. They have a shaped nose. How many of you guys like digging in the sand? Hognoses love. You can do this for a long time. We were filming a hognose snake playing dead, which is not as fun as when they were alive. But eventually he did come back to life. We had to wait and be very quiet for a long time. But he was looking right at us. And when he came back to life, he finally made eye contact with us. And when he saw us move, guess what he did? He just played dead again. Well, thank you very much, Harper. Give Harper a round of applause. Sisters we have. Are you getting the picture here? If you're a bearded dragon, everyone in your family has a beard. So it's hard to tell apart boys and girls. They look very similar. What do you think this one is, boy or girl? We know this one's a girl because of something we found in her box. What do you think we found? That's right. One day we were doing a show just like this. We opened up the box. Guess what she was in there? He's over a year old. He's actually a little bit on the malnourished side. He just came into our reptile rescue. What I want you guys to look for, if you're in the front row, please do not reach up. Please keep your hands in your lap because he does bite a little bit. But I want you to take a close look around his face. See if you can focus in around his mouth. He's got these little black dots. They're very important. I'm going to tell you what they are. Can you see those, sir? So there's cute little black dots. The abbreviation for them is ISO. If you're just talking quickly about the sensors on his face, you'd say those are the alligator's ISOs. Does anyone know what ISO stands for? Look at this. The spikes on top of her head, they actually shed skin just like the rest of everything. Look, here's another spike. Here you go. You can just have this. Oh, let me see if I have any more for you, Harper. Here you go, Harper. There's a spike for you. So this girl we found in the rainforest in Central and South America, and she has all these sharp claws that help her live high up in the trees. If you get close to an iguana, they will introduce you to their tail. Is that a nice introduction? If you get really close, they will smack you really hard with the tail. You do not want to grab onto it. Bring the snake into the hospital. If you're bitten by any of those three, anyway, rattlesnake or copperhead or cottonmouth, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the same medicine at the hospital. But if you are bitten by a coral snake, very different venom. They're in the same family as cobras and black mambas. Usually if you're bitten by a coral snake, the reaction from that venom will be a lot different And you will usually know it's a coral snake because they look so different from the other three. Now, as long as I handle this one with a hook, he cannot reach me. Coral snakes cause less than 2% of bites of all the envenomations in the United States. They have very tiny teeth. They're secretive. If you get bit by a coral snake, you know whose fault it usually is? Yours. It's very hard to get bit by one without handling. Now, this one doesn't fit on the head. It's a box turtle. How did you know it was a box turtle? Was it just a good guess? Have you seen box turtles before in the wild, guys? You guys know what? Oh, yeah, sometimes you'll find a shell every once in a while. If you find a box turtle crossing the road, you know what you're supposed to do. Oh, you are very good at this. Do you have a full-time job? What college do you go to? That's exactly right. If you find them crossing the road, you just help them get to the other side. Now, if you would, let's say you stop and you put him back on the side he started from to teach him a lesson, what's he going to do? He's probably going to try to recross. He knows where he's going. If you move him far away and let him go, is that a good idea? Because these guys don't live far away. Their whole life, they're going to live probably within about a square mile. It's a tricky one. So frogs are not reptiles. Most audiences get mixed up on it. Frogs are not reptiles. They are cold-blooded like reptiles, but they are not reptiles. Do frogs have wet skin or dry skin? Frogs have wet, slimy skin. If a creature has wet, slimy skin, what do we call those things? Politicians, we call that. Wait a minute. Amphibians, we call that with the wet, slimy. They start inside a ping pong ball. That is a real egg of a real African tortoise. Do you know how we know it's a real egg of a real African tortoise? Well, that's a good guess. We were right there when she laid it. You could actually watch some videos of our tortoises laying eggs in our yard. They do that every single year. And then within a few months, you'll see a little baby tortoise hatch out. And then how many years do you think it takes to go from the size of this cute little guy to the size of Ricky Bobby? Do you think like 10, 20, 30 years? 40, 50 years? No, that's about 5 or 6 years. In just a few years, they go from the size of a ping pong ball to a watermelon. How are they getting so big? Do you think they chase down all the chipmunks in the backyard? I heard you guys talking about it at the beginning. What did tortoises eat? That's right. Very good. They're herbivores. In fact, we like to call them our lawnmowers. What do you think they eat the most of? The gecko's really holding her. I want everyone to look at the palms of your hands for a moment. Pretend you are a gecko. You know what you would have growing on the palms of your hands? Does anyone know? Something very sticky. People think suction cups because they are so sticky. But if you look under a microscope, they actually don't look like suction cups. They look like microscopic hairs. They're called setae. Would you like them up there? All right. All right, hold on. Yeah, I'll put them in your hands. Oh, hold still, Rebecca. I didn't know she was going to do this. While she was up here, she laid an egg. Okay, so you just... That's okay. So all you do, don't worry. Just try. You want to try it again? You just hold her in your hand, okay? And I'm going to try to put this around the egg so it doesn't fall out, okay? So you don't want the egg in there? All right. Well, it's stuck in there. Don't worry. It'll hatch in a couple months, and you'll have a new baby gecko. Take it out of there. All right, it's gone. You're safe now. Now, Rebecca, you did a good job. Give Rebecca a round of applause. Video on YouTube. It's called Snake Bites Me 50 Times. Can you guess what it's about? How did you figure that out? Yeah, you're right. So I've been bitten by snakes thousands of times. I'm still here to talk about it, but there's one thing that has never happened to me. Do you know how many times I've been bitten by venomous snakes? 0 times. I'm very careful around venomous. Now, the other day, I think the last snake I picked up was a garter snake. And if he would have bitten me a few times, would it have been the end of the world? No, thankfully he did not bite me. That video I just put up on our YouTube with that last garter snake I picked up. He was very animated. He did not end up biting me. But you'll also see in September and October, we ran into 4 different copperhead trees. How many times do you think I picked them up with my bare hands? 0 times. Most of them I didn't even have to pick up at all. I didn't even touch it all, unless I need to. But sometimes I do need to pick up venomous snakes. We got a call very close to here, actually. This video is on our YouTube. Someone looked into their window well, right by their front door. Guess what was coiled up at the bottom of it? A snake. Can you guess which snake? you seem like you're doing well holding snakes. Have you done this before? This is your first time. But you were like a natural, Emerson. So since you're doing so well with one, I'm actually going to give you two. You know what's more fun than holding two snakes? 3 snakes is even more fun. So Emerson, I'm going to give you 3 all at once. When you woke up this morning, did you think you'd be holding 3 snakes, Emerson? But here you are doing it. You're doing real well. Emerson, who's taking your picture? Over there? Okay. So you can just look up there, smile, pretend like you're having fun. Emerson is holding on to 3 snakes. If you had to guess in the audience, is Emerson holding on to 3 different species or 3 of the same species? So these are actually 3 of the same species. They're different color morphs. Sort of like we have different color hair, different color eyes and skin. It's the same with these guys. They are same species with some different colors. Does anyone know what kind of snakes they are? These are corn snakes. Very good. And they're called corn snakes because they eat a lot of mice. Very smart. So snakes do not eat vegetables, but you might find them around a corn. Good catch, Kenny. Wait, you don't think it's the same one? So if this guy bites me, will I be in trouble? Oh, what about this guy? If this guy bites me, will I be in trouble? Yeah, if this one bites me, guys, I will be dead in the next 60 to 90 years. Why would I be dead in 90 years? Because I'm old. I'm old now, but I'm still alive. Yeah, I would be over 100. So, see this one here, my right hand, it's rubber, but it is the real pattern of the real venomous coral snake. On the venomous coral snake, usually you see red touching what? Red on yellow is the venomous fellow. On the fakers, like this Mexican milk snake, usually you see red touching black. Very good. So red on yellow is usually venomous fellow. Red on black is a friend of Jack. If you are hiking down in Georgia and you see a snake with red touching yellow, should you pick it up? But if you see one with red touching black, then should you pick it up? It's better not to pick them up. There is always some exceptions. But if you know that red on yellow is usually the venomous fellow, that gives you a hint. Why do you think he wants to look like he's dangerous? How does that help? Lizards, very good. You guys ready to meet some snakes, lizards, turtles, and crocodilians? All right, if you're ready to get started. If you're ready, everyone just say hello to Louie, please. Louie, of course, is a snake. Now, when people see snakes, they get a range of different emotions. When I go looking for snakes, you know what emotion I feel? I get very happy. I love finding snakes. In the Rothacker house, we actually go out looking for snakes. We go on nature walks. Do you guys like going on nature walks? But if we're out on a nature walk and we see rocks and logs, guess what we do? We flip them. And sometimes we find neat things. So I was on a nature walk not too long ago. I found this really nice rock, lifted it up. Guess what was under it? Now, just some dirt, so I had to keep trying. I put it back down. Now, the next rock I found, that one did have something alive under it. Guess what it was? No, it was just some ants, which I don't like, so I put it back down. Finally, the third rock, though, I lifted that one. It did have a snake. It had the most venomous snake in Pennsylvania. What is that? The timber rattlesnake. But now the copperhead's a good guess, too. The rattlesnakes are known to have a little bit more serious of a deadly bite. But now I had a problem, because I'm holding this big rock like this. If I let go of it, what's going to happen to the rattlesnake? Well, he's going to get squished. Why is he doing that? That's right, it's a sense of smell. That's exactly what he's doing. So some people say catching scent particles that are floating all around us in the air. If he smells something on the left tip of his tongue, he goes to the left. Smells something on the right tip of his tongue, he goes right. What does he do if he smells something on both sides of his tongue? He'll actually break in half. Now you have 2 lizards. Wait, is that true? Okay, how about the first part? If they smell something on the right side, they go right. Is that true? Left side, they go left. Is that true? Yeah, those things are true. The tongue is a split tongue is a directional sensor. But of course, if they smell something on both tips, where is that thing relative to them? It'd be straight ahead. So if they smell something on both tips, they keep going forward. And this guy, you can see, is a little shed of his skin. You give him a bath a few times a week. Look at that, he's shedding pieces of his skin. Isn't it kind of neat? Would anyone like some skin? Right, Here you go, guys. There you go. In case you guys forget to say thank you, I'll just start by saying you're welcome. Just what you always hoped for. Here you go. Ready? All right. Thank you, Kenny. Well, we've seen snakes, lizards, turtles. Are we forgetting any reptile families? You guys don't want to meet any crocodilians, do you? All right. Remember, guys, crocodilians could be alligators, crocodiles, caimans, or gharials. Today we brought an American alligator, which is one of the largest reptiles. This table that we have here, this is actually 18 feet long of table. Do alligators get that big? Not usually. Crocodiles may get that big. Alligators will get almost that big. So from that end of the table, you might expect an alligator to end up somewhere around here, around 12, 14, 15 feet. Pick up Taco. Taco is a reticulated python. Yeah, he's called Taco. It's not a conventional snake name, but he was abandoned in Lancaster. He was found in the backyard on National Taco Day of 2019. Just over 5 years ago, he's been with us. So we are going to pick up Taco, and we're going to pass some of them on. See if we can get the tail. So we're going to play a game. We'll pass the python. We give you a little bit. We're just going to pass that on. And just push it right down. I'll hold on to the head. You guys hold on to the body. You guys hear that, kid? Good work. No, we're going to let the grown-ups have the fun. So right now we are holding on to the longest snake in the world. How many of you guys feel like this is a big snake? Very good. We'll ask you how much grown-ups, what does this thing feel like? Very soft, isn't it? Kristen, you were playing with this thing earlier. How would you describe soft, velvety. It's very smooth. Yeah. Yeah, they have a very beautiful rainbow iridescent shine. So this guy's called a reticulated python. So who knows how big these snakes used to be many, many years ago. But today, 400 or 500 pounds potentially for a giant anaconda. How many of you guys are glad there are no anacondas living in the mountain creek across the parking lot? But remember, guys, every animal on Earth has an important job. Even those anacondas, they eat the world's largest rodent. That could be over the capybara. That could be over 100 pounds. Now, what if we had 100-pound rats running around Pennsylvania like they have in Venezuela? You think we might appreciate some giant snakes like this if we had 100-pound rats? So remember, every animal has an important job. Thanks, guys, for giving reptiles a chance today. Did you have fun this morning? How many of you guys are going to try to check out some reptile books to take home with you today? Well, if you guys...
Oh, you're fine.
Oh.
All right. We do have another blue, yes.
That is refreshing.
All right, here you go. Thank you very much.
رسمي كيف كده سلف ما نزل يوداري
Biggest snakes.
ما بس نكار معني كتبه
Taco,
شنو
we
كون
actually
ماكر
found him in a backyard, I believe, in Lancaster, on National.
ساكن مار أشي كده داري سكين شنو خاتي حشي أنا كشي كده أسخط
Well, I wish my mom would let me have one, but we already have one. We already had one.
وي والله خلينا نقول رسمي جاي كده أسخط ولا قاقي من أوبري يعني بس كده
I was actually kind of happy. That's what you do.
Yeah, when I was getting into this season, we were still
ما أدرس كذا من تمام سكوا ولا يدرس فوق كده حنيفة
Thank you. Good job. You like that?
No.
Careful. Ready, pal? Good job, guys. Very nice. You just want to touch it.
بصي
All
كده
right,
نري
good
بصي
job,
كده
buddy.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome. You want to touch?
No. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ready, guys?
دراسي مرة. والله كنا ما تشيني كتابة. خنا في جيه بس ما خلنا كتنا قابو. دراسي شيني كتابة. هذا. نريد ناطرسي منو بطلة منو تشي منو شو معرض أسخوك منو تشي منو هالماما ربنا منو تشي دي يلا بيوزك أم كارمول بس دني يوزك يوش بك
بسيتي هبسي
أبا دفتري حيوانات مش دايم كارمول مش بس كان بس مش كان يري بس كان يري تشوف كان يري تا كيف كده تما داس خو كان يري تناطرسي تطرسي رسمي ترسي يري ناطرسي بس رسمي جرن داس خو كان معنا أول ناكل جرو داس خناك دي مش مكارمول مش